Tell me your name and what subject you're doing.
I'm Isabella and I do geography.
So, did you apply directly to Murray Edwards?
No, I made an open application.
And why did you make an open application?
Because I didn't think I'd get in, so I didn't want to look through the pros and cons of all the colleges because I was like, oh, anyone take me.
Why did you think that people wouldn't take you to Cambridge? You're really clever and talented and have great earrings.
I'm not sure. I think it might have been in comparison to my other peers in sixth form because there are a lot of people who also applied to Oxbridge but got better grades than me. But I ended up being the only one who got in.
Well, there you go. And why do you think that you got into Cambridge?
I don't know. I like to think that the interview went quite well because obviously the grades, everyone has to get a set amount of grades. And I just met the entry requirements. It wasn't anything extra, special. So I feel that I did quite well in the interview.
So how do you think you did well in the interview? How did it go and what did you say?
I mean, nothing stood out to me. I just felt like that maybe it was a personality thing and how you kind of how they like to see how your brain process works, don't they, when you answer the questions. So I didn't know I was good at that, but maybe I was because I don't think my entrance exam went too well as well. I missed a lot of questions at the end with the time constraints, so it must have been the interview. That's what I think anyway.
So what's it like being at Cambridge?
It can be quite intense. Obviously everyone's very clever and everyone has really big career prospects, so it's quite, you compare yourself to other people quite a lot, but it is amazing how much you can learn in such a short space of time because of the pressure that's put on you. In comparison to my friends who go to other universities, I learn a lot more, I feel, which is a nice thing.
So why do you think you learn a lot more here than other universities? What is it about the way they do it here?
I think we have a lot more deadlines for obviously our supervisions, so obviously I must have about 2 supervisions a week or 1 supervision a week, but they end up clumped together near the end of term, so I tend to just be doing constantly work for supervisions, whereas I think people who go to other universities tend to have deadlines towards the ends of their term that they work towards throughout. So I think ours is just a much more demanding, fast approach to learning. But yeah, so you learn a lot very quickly.
And a lot of people think, well, Cambridge is a place for posh people from the south of England. And what is it like here? And do you think that people who come from anywhere would feel comfortable at Cambridge?
Yeah, I think people from all over would feel comfortable. You do notice it. I've coming from the north, I do notice a lot of posh people. That's just because it probably stands out to me more because it's not what I'm used to. But yeah, I'd say there's quite a big split, and I think being at Murray Edwards as well, I think that's got a very heavy northern inclusivity as well, and in my subjects as well, strangely I feel geography's got quite a lot of northerners who tend to do geography. So I think in my life in Cambridge it is a very balanced, but I think maybe people who may do other subjects or are in other colleges, it might be more of a posh environment.
So what is Murray Edwards like and why do you like it here?
So I mean, I feel it doesn't have the same scary aspect to it as I think maybe some of the other colleges do. I feel a lot more it's less intense and everyone I feel everyone's on a similar level. Everyone gets on very well. But yeah, I also like the fact that it's not directly in the centre of in town. Although it would be nice to get to lectures faster. It's quite nice to be because being in the middle of it all can be quite intense sometimes, so it's quite nice to have a little walk out of the city to get back. But yeah, and yeah, I just feel it's a nice environment. Everyone's gets on. You'll walk past people in the hall and everyone's hi, how are you? Whereas, yeah, I can't compare it to other colleges, so obviously I've not experienced that before, but yeah, I found that I feel like I'm more confident in Murray Edwards than I might have been in one of the bigger colleges, because it's just, I don't know, everyone seems like welcoming in Murray Edwards, and it's a lot less, yeah, what's the word? Can't figure out the word, but it's just not as like daunting, that's the right word.
Now, some people might think, oh, it's a women's college, that puts them off. So, what do you think about being at a women's college?
So I mean, the majority of my friends being at Murray Edwards are girls. I don't really have a lot of male friends, but I mean, I've kind of always had a close knitted group of girlfriends from high school and sixth form as well, so it kind of didn't make a big change to my life in terms of like my friendship groups, because I've always been closer to girls. But I mean, you know, you have the opportunity to make like mixed groups of friends in your degrees and stuff as well, so I didn't really see it as like an issue.
So, it doesn't feel like you're cut off from men or
not this
normal
year
life.
anyway. Obviously in first year with COVID, so it was very much just in college with the girls, but obviously this year being able to meet people on your course and societies and stuff, then it opens up. Yeah.
So, what's the social life like at Murray Edwards and at Cambridge in general for you?
I feel like social life kind of comes a lot more from like societies rather than like going on nights out and stuff. I mean, obviously there is night out involved as well, but I think getting involved in like different societies within the university. For example, I'm part of the cheerleading. Well, I'm in the cheerleading team, so I have a lot of like social aspects with that. Like we'll go on like swaps, where we like go out with other sports teams, or we'll go on a night out, or last night we had like a pizza night. So I think they're like the best ways of getting involved in like a social life.
So, where are you from, and what would you say to other people from the north who are thinking of whether or not they should apply to Cambridge?
So I'm from Liverpool, specifically from Formby, which is like the outskirts of Liverpool. And yeah, for other people wanting to come, I guess just don't be like scared at the fact that Cambridge is like stereotypically a posh university, because it's not. And particularly for me, being in Murray Edwards, I find I have a like strong cohort of people from up north as well, so that doesn't feel as big of a contrast. But yeah, I guess just don't let like your confidence like stop you from applying, because it is likely that you will get in if you get the grades and you come across well. But yeah, that's what I'd say.